Hi guys, welcome to a new Stanley Parable video. Um, so I've already accidentally pressed it for the first question, which was, do you know what the time is? And I just pressed yes. Does anyone really guess not, because it's a concept that we've just made up. Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Come on, David. Thought we were friends. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. Now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. I don't know you. And neither of us know what time it is. Some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. Yeah, we've realised that. Oh, what? You won't have me here when the game starts next time. That's okay. Oh, that's a shame. I like him asking me what time it is. Video games were meant to be played alone. For the most part. I guess so. I'd rather be at home by myself playing games and stuff. I guess this is technically David then. This is a whole nother person. That's a shame. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. Well, I hope we find them soon. I like that beginning bit. Sorry, everyone. I'm just quickly.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, nothing.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where...
All right. I really don't remember what we were up to on this, actually. Sorry. I know we went through the extra content and we got the jumping stage. Oh. Well, this is a new one, so let's begin exploring. I wish you could still jump. Where's my office? Area.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Alright, gonna quickly look up here first, and then I'll go check the vent. Oh, can you climb on? say I like. I think it just says I like work. I just hate my boss. Yeah. Oh, look at all those cigarette butts.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork. Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
David, you're not very nice to Stanley. Oh,
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
now we can go through this place properly because the last time we went through it, I was just trying to find the exit so I could finish my video.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
That's pretty cool. First edition, collector's edition. Hey, there's a picture of Stanley in his chair. Stanley Parable is an exploration of story, games, and choice. Except the story doesn't matter, it might not even be a game, and if you ever do have a choice, well, let me know how you did it. You're my Valentine. Some postcards. Very nice. Smile because it happened. The Stanley Parable demonstration. I wonder if that was anything different, like any different. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. I did see that kind of trophy that you could get. It is impossible to get this achievement. There's tough choices. Oh, we just did that one recently, that ending. I didn't like it. Upset me actually. That loving memory. Little Stanley. What is that? It's very cute though.
Je suis dans la mémorisation, c'est sur la pluie des loups.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now, a lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Poor David. Alright, yep. See, that's meant to be. Is that head moving or is it just me? That's where that's moving. Oh no, we need to go sit downstairs. Number is 29.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
How am I meant to get in there? Oh, yeah. What do you want, Diego?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Uh-oh. Ink machine.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh no, here's another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
David.
yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known.
David. Where are you? Power's gone out. Alright. Time to wake up.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're...
Please. Thank you. Although he does do a very good point. I would love to speak to the people who made this game and find out if they had a whole bunch of psychologists or something. To especially for David's dialogue, because it does get into the very heart of what is being human, basically. Which is interesting.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh, the building's leaking. That's not good. It's been a long time. Although that plant tree stick is still there, so never mind. Ignore what I was saying. There must have been a hole in the roof. A leaking pipe from the looks of it. Just collapsed the ceiling. That's a shame. And it squashed my tree. Where is it? There it is. I guess there's nothing else to do but press the skip button. Ooh. I didn't see properly. There's a lot of damage to fix. A lot of damage I don't want to fix. You kids, stop. Oh, we've got a garden now. Hello. Very plant-like. It's looking very, elliptic. Stop teasing your sister. Oh. Well, my plants are all done. I'm assuming it's like winter or something. Let me know when this will go through this whole sticking saga. I don't like that noise. Quick, 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 quick. Oh dear. Oh, get out. Oh. Oh dear. It's not good. Pressing the skip button, isn't it? Yes, I did. Which way could we go? Oh, and have to choose a way. Oh, and we're back. Thank goodness. I'm so glad to see this office. Okay.
All of his co-workers will... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Here we are. Oh! The new content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Hopefully it doesn't lead us to a never-ending... We're back at the elevator. Never mind.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh.
Yes, you see? Isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
The end is never the end again. All too soon. Let's check this.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Two. I am liking it. if laptop was there. Yeah. Chart, red section, chart, new hotness, old and busted, new hotness. Oh, what is that movie reference? Men in Black. Men in Black 2, I think it is. Will Smith is, Will Smith's character, Agent J, is like Agent K. This was, you drove the old and busted, I drive the new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness. Yeah, that's it. Don't know if it's another reference or anything else, but that's what I think of is Men in Black 2. Now I really want to watch Men in Black. Comment below if there's any other movie references that you can think of that might relate to Old and Busted and then New Hotness. Because the only thing I can think of is that scene in Men in Black 2 when Kay goes to drive Jay's car, which is obviously a nice, brand new, shiny car and better than his old one. More TSP, better TSP, win-win, color red leverage, holistic value. Client-centric marketing, brick-and-mortar approach. It's true, the red one would probably be more appealing to most people. There's that phone that we were told to look at and make sure we take a good look at it, really. So much so that I took a picture of it just in case I needed
Now, to be
it.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay. Two eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2 legs. Who took the red marker? Me. Design pitch, break, design pitch, number 2 track. This layout reminds me of in movies there's always, like, especially in newer movies and stuff, they have that whole, like, an ideas think tank job where, like, they have all this and there's like TVs and things that you can entertain yourself, and it's, I forget what the word is, but two Half-Life Batman, Aladdin 2 Return of Jafar. Sequels are good. Fair enough. Shrek 2 was good. Actually, I just watched Happy Gilmore 2 last night, and like, it wasn't as good as the first one, but it wasn't as bad as I was thinking it was going to be. I'd love to hear everyone's comments below. If you've seen Happy Gilmore 2 yet, what you thought of it. But yeah, I liked it. I feel like a lot of the younger generation are probably going to like it a lot more just because of all the famous people that were in it and stuff like that. There was like a lot of influences and stuff which might make the younger generation younger generation like the movie more, but it wasn't that bad. To anyone who watched the first one and is when they were younger and all that stuff, who were a bit wary, I say still watch it. You might not like it. You might be like me, who know that it's not as great as the first one, but it wasn't as bad as they were expecting. But definitely. Ooh. Sorry, my cat's just fallen off my cupboard. You right, Noob? You right, Noobie? Oh dear. Come on. Yeah, come on, move over. Sorry about that. My cat decided to stand on my cupboard and then fall over and slip. What were we talking about? Happy Gilmore 2. But yeah, definitely give it a go. Give it a watch. As I said, it's not as great as the first one, but usually that's the way like really good movies are. Their sequel isn't as great. Kind of like Coming to America 2. I loved the first one. It's such a great movie. The second one I didn't really like. Like, I'm not upset that I watched it. Like, I'm glad I gave it a go, but it wasn't nearly as good as the first one. I do find that Happy Gilmore 2 is better than I was expecting, though. Yeah. Yeah, so just comment below if you've seen Happy Gilmore 2 or...
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Or if you can think of any other sequels that have had like a really, really good first movie and then have had that big break in the middle and then come out with a second one and it's still like either as good as the first one or still a good movie. Okay, let's get back to the game. Stanley Parable. Ooh, got merch. T-shirt is the best new feature. This button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Ooh. Hear your name. I wonder if it'll actually say.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I was about to say, if you're playing this game and your name is actually Jim. That would be so weird. Alright, my name's Jim.
Jim. Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again. Jim. Ooh. It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are. Jim.
I was going to say it sounds like he's saying Tim instead of Jim. Sorry. Ow, look out. The cat's just causing all sorts of troubles. Alright. Press these buttons.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
No screenshots. Whole new office. Where there's the new orange. What happens if you screenshot it? Well, let's see. It doesn't seem like anything's happened. Button that says play name. Jump circle. Ooh! New. Free. New and easy trophy. I do like my trophies. But
you know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
I was hoping for more jumps. Ah, that's a bit of a shame. Alright, let's go get the trophy. Pull the lever, receiving new trophy, no more steps. Well, it sounds... It looks like we're going to get murdered.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Right.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Later. Alright. Well, that's 2 disappointments.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Wait, can you find them? Like the moon. Ooh.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
gosh, that's creepy. So creepy. Well, I never want to do that again. That's creepy as
God, it
anything.
really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Infinite hole.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy
I knew it.
12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Thanks, David. Oh, there we go. It's everywhere.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay, there's a big giant creepy Stanley there. Infinite hole. We'll go to the infinite hole later. Oh, we're back here. Okay. Up. Reassurance bucket. Did hear there was a bucket like that. Oh, we've already had the yellow line. Okay. Let's just go try the infinite hole, I guess. Either that or we'll just go to the exit. Oh, David. Where did the infinite hole go? You are here. B2. Alright, let's go check out the infinite hole. Which is there.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Alrighty. Well, here he goes.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
What happens if you just stay in the infinite
Now,
hole?
I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
There's a bottom to this, isn't there?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your... Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again? I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Alright, let's go. Alright. Mostly infinite hole. Oh. It's glitchy because of my PlayStation, or if it's glitchy because it's meant to be glitchy. It's fun. I think I've seen everything though. Ooh. No, I went down there.
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
B2. How do I get to B2? Where's 3? Office decorations. So is it in between office decorations and merch? Alright, where's the merch gone? Merch. Ah, right, it's there. A big giant sign. Gosh. I don't know how I missed
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Ooh. Okay.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Yep. Quite a nice bucket. Alrighty. Now exit.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Recarrying something that's
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it, no matter how good...
I'm just gonna leave it there because my thing's about to cut off. But thanks for joining us for a new part of Stanley Parable. Hopefully I can get another video out next week. Thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you if you're already subscribed. Thanks for the support. Don't forget to comment below about the movie references and anything else that you've seen or anything like that. And I hope you have a lovely week. All right. Thanks. Bye.